development. Number 2, steady progress was made in developing the general provisions of civil law. The codification of a civil law was an important legislative work proposed at the 4th plenary session of the 18th Party Central Committee and is a move of enormous importance for improving the socialist system of laws with Chinese characteristics. After the founding of the PRC in 1949, the NPC worked on developing civil laws in 1954, 1962, 1979, and 2001. But for a number of reasons, efforts in 1954 and 1962 failed to produce real results. The work in 1979 and 2001, through careful consideration, led to the adoption of an incremental approach, whereby individual civil laws were to be formulated first, and a civil code was to be developed later when the conditions were right to do so. To meet the needs of promoting reform and opening up and developing a socialist market economy, China formulated the general principles of civil law and introduced a series of civil laws such as the inheritance law, the adoption law, the guarantee law, the contract law, the property law, and the tort law. Right now, the conditions are all in place for compiling a civil code. The Standing Committee has decided to adopt a two-step approach to develop the civil code. First, developing the general part of the civil code, or the general provisions of the civil law. And second, following the enactment of the general provisions of civil law, compiling the individual books of the civil code, striving to form a complete civil code by the year 2020. The general provisions of civil law lays out the basic principles and general requirements of civil law and is the leading part of the civil code. The Standing Committee has worked with a strong sense of responsibility and mission to do its utmost to formulate the general provisions of the civil law, carrying out 3 readings to deliberate on the draft legislation, and making 3 open requests for public comments through the NPC's website. After careful consideration and deliberation and repeated revisions, we have decided to submit the draft of the general provisions of the civil law to the session for deliberation. We believe that with the concerted efforts of all deputies, we will be able to make this a piece of legislation that can stand the test of time and meets the expectations of the people, and that is characteristically Chinese, thus laying a solid foundation for the civil code.